You are about to enter the Red and Rev Sports Show experience. Get ready for some real sports talk from some real sports fans who were real sports athletes who have sports knowledge.
What's up, everybody? What's up? What's up? What's up? First of all, let me give a happy belated birthday to our own mother, Miss Harris. Happy birthday, Miss Harris. Happy belated. Hope you enjoyed your birthday. Saw you in real this week. I'm pretty sure he showed you a good time. And welcome, everybody. Welcome to another episode of Red and Real. Oh, man, number, forgive me. I think we're in the 420s now. But hey, man, we just keep right on keeping on. What we got going on this week? Boy, it's a lot of basketball going on. I mean, NCAA tournament just wrapped up. The NBA playoffs about to start up. Man, we got let's see, we got Angel Reese being traded. We got UNC hiring another coach. We got Pittsburgh Pirates, young nucleus finally finna do something. We might talk about it. You know we're gonna talk about our Braves. OTAs beginning. Lamar Jackson showing up. We'll see what that means. Dexter Lawrence requesting the trade. Yeah, right. Mendoza talking about he ain't going to the NFL draft. Talk about that. NBA season winding down. Like I say, probably got a lot to talk about in all three of the sports. So we ain't gonna waste too much time. Ready to get started, baby. Go Hawks, boy. Making the playoffs, baby. Congratulations. Woo.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome to another episode of the Red and Rev Sports Show. Coach and Red are coming to you live from the ATL.
Shout.
That's a good reverence. Coming to you live from the East Coast, Coatesville, PA, the 19320. We come to give you real sports talk because we are real sports fans. We're real sports athletes who have what, gentlemen? Real
Sports knowledge.
So hang out with your boys, Red, Rev, and Coach for episode 419 of the Red and Rev Sports Show. And as is our sports custom, let's turn our numbers attention to our residential numerologist, Coach Patrick Thomas, to give us something or someone dealing with those three digits, 4, 1, and 9. What you got for us, Coach?
All right, good morning, everybody. Welcome to another sunny day in the ATL. We are here, we are live, and in Coatesville, it's probably cold, but I hope it ain't too cold. 419. Well, here come the dated reference again. These numbers are getting hard to come by, but I got one. This man, one of the greatest baseball players in American history, batted 419 in a season. Now, you know it's hard to bat 400 in a season. A doggone near impossible. But this man in his MVP season batted 419. And I know it's coming, but his name is Ty Cobb. Ty Cobb batted 419 in a season. I think he did it more than once. So, Rev, I see the look on your face, so I know it's coming.
Well, that's one of those references that even predates you. now, if you sit up here and say, I saw Ty Cobb play, then you know you old, Coach. So you predated yourself with the Ty Cobb reference. But Ty Cobb, one of the best to do it before the modern age. We'll put it that way.
Yes.
And, you searched all over, still couldn't find nobody better than Ty Cobb. So okay, we'll go.
Now, hold on now. I feel like I should go ahead and say mine since I was going. We didn't know Coach was coming. I think I got something more recent.
What you got for us, Red?
This is what I was gonna say, Coach, had you not came on. I was gonna give a shout out to Nikhil Walker with the Hawks, who most recently one of the 9 players who had 41 points, including 9 3-pointers on the same time. They had 41 points. That's what I was gonna say.
That's nice right there. That was nice. That was nice. It definitely we got a mixture of the old and new today, for sure.
Well, I was just focusing on the 41 points and the 9 3-pointers.
And the nine people who done it, right?
Yeah.
The 9 3-pointers.
Yeah.
Okay. That was very very creative.
I came over there. I had to come over that one quick.
Yeah, we appreciate that. And Coach, just for your knowledge, we're gonna be in the high 63 in these parts. So back up off us. It is now officially spring. So we'll be falling on this side of town. And Red, thanks for the shout out to my mother. She's out and about this morning, enjoying some family and friends. So she probably didn't hear your shout out, but thanks so much for remembering her birthday, which was on Wednesday, April the 8th. All right. Let's go ahead on and do this. Horace been hanging out with us. What's up, Ho, from the Sports Roundtable on Wednesday nights?
What's happening? Just to let you know that we did give your mom a birthday shout out from the SRT crew. So
okay. Well, yeah. I appreciate y'all. I appreciate you all showing up. As Vincent called, as the VP calls her, Mama Wildcat Harris. I greatly appreciate it. Yeah. All right, let's say what's up to Revenant Nation. They're chiming in, and we appreciate their presence. King Atlanta supporter, what's up with you? The VP, showing some love to Mama Wildcat Harris, aging like a fine wine. Angelique Starr, hello to you. You said my name is Emmanuel. What's up, Emmanuel? Glad to have you. Thanks for tuning in. The VP said he's ready to slam down the gavel to begin another fire session of the Red and Rev Sports Show. Revenant Nation, rise all the way up. The VP said, Coach, talk, slide into second base with his races behind. The president is in the building. He said, good morning, taking a break from capping off Killer Colas in Kokomo. And for reference, Coach is being modest. Coach, put the bat boy for the Detroit Tigers.
Here it comes. Now you just can't get away from him.
See, Coach, you brought that one on yourself right here.
Yeah,
Winston, what's going on, bro? So what's going on, fellas? And chat smash like that like button. Appreciate you, bro. King Atlanta Sport, them Falcons looking different. Nice uniforms for sure. And we appreciate you. All right, gentlemen, let's jump right on into it. Just to give y'all the disclaimer, if we're not done by 12:30, I'm going to have to hop off. I got to do some local coverage at an invitational track meet that's going on in my local area. But nevertheless, we welcome the Revenant Nation. We move to our dope, nope, and cope moments for this week. We'll go around the horn. Coach, we'll start with you. Then we'll come on down to Horace. Then we'll come on down or come on across to Red, and then we'll go up to the Reverend. All right. What you got for us, Coach?
My dope moment goes to one Jackie Young, who became the first WNBA player to get $1 million contract. I see they going out like weeds now, but hey, she was the first, and the Aces signed her and gave her that first million. So congratulations, Jackie Young.
Excellent. Absolutely excellent.
Paul, what you got for us as you're doping?
I'm doping on the fact that the Hawks are actually in the playoffs this year. And we ain't got to worry about no one and done playoff game. So I'm doping on the fact that the Hawks are actually in the playoff. And my honorable mention is Walt Weiss showing the Atlanta DBs how to form tackle and how to take somebody down.
Oh, yeah.
Red, what are you doping on, sir?
Oh, well, let me keep it baseball related. I'm still doping on one Joe Adele from last late Saturday. Yeah, hey, man, ain't nothing topped this since. It's 3 catches, 3 home run robberies. Thankfully, it won against us. It was the game right before they played us. Thank you, Joker. I would have went crazy. You took 3 of my Braves home runs away. But anyway, Joe Adele, one of the best defensive games you could ever have. 3 home runs, rob away. The Angels won 1-0. So as you can see, all 3 of those defensive plays were very impactful. So Joe Adele, the defense was shaky last year. Well, whatever you did in the offseason, baby, you definitely looking for that gold glove this year. So Joe Adele for that defensive game last Saturday, dope, brother. Dope.
Winner.
Especially the last one when he went. The last one when he went in the stands. Oh man, I love that one.
All right, I got a dope on one Drake Baldwin, who is still not getting bitten by a sophomore slump. He is tied for first in homers with 5, tied for first in RBIs with 16 RBIs. Plus, he's hitting above 300 and 328. So Drake Baldwin, you are making the move, not re-signing Marcell Ozuna. A smart move by the Braves because they can rotate you between catcher and DH. So I got a dope on Drake Baldwin doing what he's doing.
Oh, yeah.
All right, and let me just stick. Horace trying to add another dimension to our dope moment with the honorable mention. Let me just give honorable mention. The one Max Hiller here in Coatesville, Pennsylvania. I know Red is not going to like this, and I didn't like it either as I talked to him, but he's an offensive lineman, top 5 offensive lineman in the nation as a junior, and he is committed to play football to the Georgia Bulldogs rival, the Florida Gators. So I wasn't too happy about the Florida Gators, but that's a big accomplishment coming from Coatesville, Pennsylvania. All right, Ho, we back at you, sir. What are you noping on, sir?
I'm noping on the Hawks need to keep that 5 seed because I do not want to see New York if we get to the 6 seed in the first round. So Hawks, stay in the 5th seed, please, because we already know we can beat Cleveland. So let's stay in the 5th spot, not the 6th spot.
Can't be running scared. Can't be running scared, man.
You running for team, so what's going on, man? Are they legit or are they not legit?
Just a bad matchup. Just a bad matchup.
They legit, real. I don't care who we play, Cleveland or the Knicks. I ain't scared. I'll take either one of them.
All right, Red. What are you noping on, sir? Besides you noping on Ho's take.
Oh, it's on me. What am I noping on? First take without Stephen A. Smith. Oh man, Dennis, whoever this light-skinned dude is that they have on there, and this new brother they got on there, Lord have mercy, man. Are these the best substitutes you can have when Stephen A. Smith not there? I mean, I'm not no huge Stephen A. Smith loudmouth fan, but at least when it comes to basketball, I don't mind listening to him. These other two guys and all these folks they have substitutes when Stephen A. Smith not there. Please, no, I don't want to listen to them. They ain't talking about nothing. They not stars. They're a bunch of wannabes who try to be stars and they not. So I'm tired of listening to these guys. Lord have mercy. Can you bring Skip Bayless back to ESPN? Is he available when Stephen A. Smith not there? Because this, man, first take is gone. Down. Lord have mercy. No Max Kellerman, no Shannon Sharp, no Skip Bayless, and a bunch of fools who nobody want to listen to on a daily basis. But hey, that's ESPN for you. So no to ESPN's own air talent. A huge nope. Lord, do some more hiring, man.
Come on!
Well, Stephen A., that last contract he signed may make it hard for another guy to come on. You know, you can't dedicate but so much money to a show that only reaches hundreds of thousands of people. So, you know,
right.
It comes with a cost. As much as she was the victim last week, I got a nope on one Dawn Staley. I'm noping on Dawn Staley for the simple fact she did not coach very well in that championship game. It took her too long to make the adjustment, not realizing her girls could not play UCLA straight up woman to woman, which we may call man-to-man defense. She started going zone after they were already down 12 and 14 points. I think she didn't realize that the size was real with the UCLA Bruins, and therefore she waited a little bit too late to make the adjustments, because I thought after the first 5 minutes, when it was clear that her bigs were not as big and talented as UCLA's bigs, to make the adjustment, I think that's where she failed the team. And once South Carolina went down by double digits, they could never fight their way back. So I have to nope on Dawn Staley's coaching in the championship game, even though she's a great coach. But this particular game, she came up short in the coaching department. Coach, what are you noping on, sir?
Rev, I'm noping on one Markeith Bell for the Dallas Cowboys. Signed a 3-year, $9 million deal last year. He in the second year of the deal. And you get charged with possession of marijuana. I mean, the stereotype flies out again. I mean, one is a felony and one is a misdemeanor. 3 years, $9 million. $3 million not enough, sir. I just don't. it just irks me so much to watch these cats try to throw their life away on stupid stuff. You can't play football and enjoy playing football and living in a nice house and getting good money. You ain't got to worry about working hard except for hitting somebody on the defensive side. Now you your playing days might be in trouble, or you're gonna lose some time and money because of that. Drug charges, dog. I gotta know him on that one.
You have got to be kidding.
All right, Red, we're jumping with you into our Coke moment. And Reverend Nation, feel free to put down your token open. Cokes, we're coming to you right after this round. What you got, Red?
I'm coping. Well, not me, but Seattle. Y'all might have to cope with y'all Mariners, man, being just one and done last year. Because, man, they are not starting off the season too well. I mean, especially on the offensive side, last in batting average, hitting below the Mendoza line as a team. That's not good, Seattle, especially with Cal and Julio and Randy on the team. I'm not even sure if you still got Suarez, but even if you don't, you still got three capable hitters that should carry the lineup above the Mendoza line. And then you're last in the division with the Angels, Rangers, Astros, and Athletics balling right now. So, Seattle, you are one game, one hit, one swing away from the World Series last year. I hate for you to come back and just have an awful season this year. There's expectations now. Put pressure to you. Come on now, Seattle. Your fans coping with an awful season after the great season you just have. So I know it's early, but not to be middle of April soon. It'll be May. You know what Coach say? Get to Memorial Day. If you ain't still in last place. So this cope by me is going to be a little bit worse. So, all right, Seattle. Pick it up, baby. I know I'm talking trash because my Braves don't pick it up. Hey, I know what it feels like to start off bad, Seattle. Trust me, we all do after last year. But.
All right. Let me paraphrase the words of one of the most famous basketball songs. Basketball is my favorite sport. I'm not liking how the NBA is dribbling down the 168 players out on yesterday, and people paid their hard-earned money to see 168 guys in street clothes. Then the Tank Fest is just at a ridiculous rate. I mean, I would have never thought that I would see the NBA in this kind of state where it's not pleasing to the eye, it's not pleasing to the fan, and this has to change. All of this tanking is just absolutely not good for the game. And really, the NBA needs to give the fans a refund after this particular season. Like if you're a season ticket holder for teams like the Washington Wizards, the Sacramento Kings, especially after what they pulled this past week, where they're up 1 point and it's coming down the stretch, and then one of their players fouls Seth Curry in the final seconds of the game so that he can go to the free throw line and they're up 1 point so that they can have a better chance to lose the game. That's absolutely ridiculous. So NBA, I'm coping with the fact that this tanking is out of control. The sitting out is out of control. And if things don't change, I think you're going to start losing some fans because this is absolutely ridiculous. So that's all I got.
Rev, this might be your sign to do a sermon on praying for the NBA. Maybe that could be your next sermon.
Praying for the NBA. All right. I don't know how my deaconess and missionaries want to hear that sermon. I don't know.
Well,
that sounds like a men's ministry sermon right there.
Okay, well,
right.
That'll work. That'll work.
All right, Coach, what are you coping with, man?
Well, Real, that was gonna be my cope, but you got it. I was heading that way too, but I got another one. I'm coping with the LSU Tigers. LSU, y'all won the national championship in baseball last year. Number one team in the country. But then you turned around and lost to Bethune-Cookman this year, a SWAC team, 10-8. Now, that ain't all of the coat. I mean, I know LSU sitting there like, we lost to Bethune-Cookman, a SWAC team. Bethune-Cookman goes out and played yesterday. Guess who they lost to, Rail?
Who?
Mississippi Valley. So all that goodwill Bethune built up, they go out and lose to the Valley in the first game of a 3-game set. Now, mind you, now Valley's not playing bad. They in 4th place this year in baseball, but to go from beating the last year's national champion to losing, you number one in the SWAC, and then you lose your opening game to a team that's trying to catch up with you in 5th place. That tells you about the sport of baseball. I'll tell you.
Flag on the play. Flag on the play. Flag on the play. Now, if coaches Mississippi Valley State would have beat LSU, that would have been his dope moment. Not his coat moment. You see what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying? Like he goes sit up there and poo-poo on what Bethune-Cookman did where they beat LSU. Now, if Mississippi Valley State beats LSU, that's dope moment. Ain't going to be no coat moment. And if they had turned around and lost to Bethune-Cookman, we would have never heard about it. You see what I'm saying? The hypocrisy. The hypocrisy. And you see how he had to set it up so he could lift up his school. You know, it's a coat moment, but he's up here bragging that the team that beat LSU lost to my team. Lost to, you know what I'm saying? Like they, you know, coach, man, I'm going to blow the whistle on you, man. I'm on to you, brother. I'm on to you. I'm on to you. Yeah, I'm on to you. All right. Go ahead, Ho, man. What are you coping with to close this thing out?
I'm coping with a player for UConn, Terrence Reed. Po fella. He spent his first 2 years at Michigan. In the first 2 years in Michigan, who wins the championship? UConn. They go back to back. He spent his last 2 years at UConn, and this year, who won the championship? The school that he left from 2 years ago, which is Michigan. Po fella, everywhere you go, everywhere you leave, you just bad luck. They just cannot win the championship.
Wow.
You went to 2 different schools and they got 3 championships and you got 0.
Wow.
I just hope that this does not hurt your draft status, because I hope they don't think that you're a bad luck or whatever. I'm just coping with the Po fella. Terrence Reed, you got too much talent to be that much of a bad luck to any team. So I'm coping with it, and maybe Rev can say a couple of prayers for you, but
No prayers.
we cover with you, big fella, because 3 years, 3 championships, and you were schooled 4 years. You went to 2 different schools that won a championship, but you have 0.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm coping with you, big fella. I'm coping with you.
Real, your prayer list gonna be long this week, man.
Oh my goodness, man! That was a great one. Ho. I like that's one of your best ones.
I was surprised he got one that wasn't Atlanta related. He went long.
I mean, that was hot right there. I didn't read that, didn't hear that, and that's a sad commentary, man. To be at 2 different schools, and when you leave the other school, you are not winning the championship. So basically, they can look at you as the cancer.
Black cat, baby.
What would have made it worse for him had he went to Florida last year? Oh man, that just would have been.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, that'd have been that'd have been tough. So
that would have been 3 schools. Like, oh man, 3 schools won it all.
Maybe he need to stay in school for another year and.
No, well, you need to come out, because boy, all you doing is you need to come on to the NBA. You ain't working in college.
The one thing at least he'll probably say is, I got that Neil money. That's the saving grace right there. That's saving grace. If you don't win rings, at least he can say I became a millionaire while I was in college. So, Yeah. All right, let's go to Revenite Nation. They got the comments pumping and going. Let's see here.
They wide open today.
Yeah, VP said Coach started his career as the bat boy for the Brooklyn Dodgers. Is so responsible. Keep Jackie Robinson separate from the Dwights. Dwights. Okay, I got it. Dwights. The president's coping. Walt Weiss may have a future in the WWE or with the Falcons. Way to mix it up. That was pretty hot what Walt Weiss did. The VP doping. Shout out to Citi Field Met Stadium for broadcasting the Artemis second splashdown into the Pacific on their jumbotron, acknowledging the greatest of humankind. The president is coping with the fact the Hawks are in the playoffs, and one Rayford DeBarge is at the house. All this time is waiting.
Rayford.
My sugar, my darling. Oh, that's hot right there. All this couch is waiting for you. I love it. VP got a double dope. UCLA women's basketball for standing on business by taking down no stomping my Gamecocks to win their first natty. Also for the Michigan men for holding off a feisty UConn men's team to win their second natty, first since Glenn Rice led the team back in '89. I think the one thing that can't go unnoticed in this transient college sports that we are dealing with now is that UCLA had 6 girls who stayed for 4 years, and that is almost unheard of these days. And I wish the Gamecocks had won, but it's good to see that they were rewarded for being loyal. So I like that. VP says, nope, Marquise Bell, ninjas just don't learn. Arrest and charge with possession of that icky down in Texas, shaking my head. The president says, showing some hockey love, Sidney Crosby and Alex Ovechkin will face off for their 100th time in their careers. That doesn't mean they've been Ovechkin.
Sidney Crosby still playing, man. I saw, was he a phenom when he was in high school?
Yeah. I don't know in high school, but he's been around for a minute for sure.
Right.
Because you got to remember, Red, we've been out of high school 20 plus years now.
I know, that's what I'm saying. So how long he been in the game? So he's been in the game about 20, 30 years.
I ain't been in the game 30 years now. Come on.
It seems like it.
Maybe in the mid-2000s. Probably mid-2000s.
Okay.
Yeah. The president said, nope, dear South Carolina. Did y'all remember that y'all playing for a championship? Yeah. The VP said, I can agree with you on that, Reverend Doctor. Dawn coached her tail off on Friday night and regressed late on Sunday. Hopefully she learns. I expect to be in Columbus, Ohio next year, watching us hoist another trophy. I'll co-sign your note. Glad I didn't get in trouble with the chief Gamecock lover on the Red and Rev Sports. The president's nope and the Masters in play. The only birdies that should be present is from the golf course. Robert McIntyre gives the middle finger salute after making a quadruple bogey on the 15th hole on Thursday. Wow. The VP said Curtis Blow just entered.
Why you sing your finger up at the golf course?
Phoenix Hoffman, America will rise back. We the Vote Project. Okay. Might have to look into him. We're gonna have to get rid of him. Yeah, we ain't got time for that. The VP, I'll be turning into the hellfire and brimstone sermon regarding the NBA executed by the Reverend Dr. Michael Clay Harris of the First Baptist Church of Pastor. That's that kind of preaching where preachers were telling everybody, you going to hell for everything. You go to hell. Fire and brimstone right there. The president coach, aside from the rap career of one Mike Curtis Blow Harris, the letter dreamers acquired Angel Reese, as we don't have enough construction workers here. Great from a marketing standpoint, jersey sales, but it will translate to wins at this point. the way the NBA is tanking, the WNBA may be more interesting to watch. At least you know what you're getting. I can't disagree. The VP's coping with Gino, Luigi, Ariama, getting all into his feelings. Why
Luigi.
woman bested him on the world stage and he couldn't handle it. Doubling down on live about a ripped jersey. Gino, you're 72, maybe time to go. Sit your $5 aid down before Dawn makes change. Now, Mr. VP, we talked about that last Saturday. Since then, Gino has personally apologized to Dawn Staley.
Yes.
So we gotta make sure that we're up to date now. That was last Saturday's news, and Dawn has squashed it since. So come on, Mr. VP, show some grace. You're a churchman, so show some grace. All right. The VP says Sid the Kid has been playing since 2005. VP said, Reverend Nation, remember to smash the like button, share with the masses, for sure, for sure. All right, gentlemen, let's get ready to move into this NCAA Finals recaps. Thanks so much to Reverend Nation for chiming in, letting us know that they're tuning in and adding their thoughts during this Dope, Nope, and Cope segment. All right, let's start with the more intriguing game in the NCAA Finals, Michigan. Let me see this real quick. Winston, dope. Braun still cooking. I was waiting to see Red's reaction, that's all. And then Reverend, the VP said, Reverend Doctor, when you're forced to create a rebuke to the original apologies, Nazi said, Dawn accepts, the fans don't. Okay, that's fair. That's fair. That's fair.
But hold on, Red. Mr. VP. Dawn is the one he said it to, so she don't want got to worry about it. Why the fans so mad? He wasn't talking to them. He was talking to her.
Well, I mean, in this case, I think there's a gender perspective that goes on in here. So I don't know if you follow any of the comments from certain posts. Gino has a history of piling on the great women coaches.
Oh, yeah.
So he had a few with Pat Summitt at Tennessee, and now it looked like he was taking a direct shot at Dawn. So I think that's why the fans got fed up with Gino, because it's like we've seen this movie before. And, again, the other dynamic is she's Black. So, the Gamecock fans, because Dawn has been successful, they're going to feel some kind of way. So I can't dismiss why the fans might still be in their feelings. Because here's the flip side, Red. I'll let you go in just a second. Here's the flip side. If Dawn had done that to Gino, regardless of any apology, they would have just been labeling her as the mad Black woman. Mm-hmm. No matter how many apologies she gave, they would have been viewing her in that vein. Red, I guess you're in my amen corner.
Oh, yeah, by what you just said, yeah. Had that been done going after Gino and she lost the game, oh, yeah, you're right. What would have been? Diary of a Mad Black Woman all over sports world. That's all they would have been saying. Man, sisters, they get happy when they win, but boy, they show spoiled losers. I'm just saying, you would have heard some of the stuff like that. And then, no telling, it just would have been bad. It just would have been bad. You would have heard a lot of different takes on it. I know that.
Yeah.
Back, so I agree with you.
For sure. Winston said, no Cousins giving away Raiders draft strategy in his presser. He also says he's coping with Dawn forgetting how to coach after Gino energy rubbed off on her. VP said Pat Summitt, Muffet McGraw, and now Dawn Staley. They're great at getting under his skin with his misogynistic self. He said Michigan, Arizona, what a disappointing game. All right, go ahead, Red.
Now I was gonna say, I'm actually happy with LeBron these last 2 games. He did what the Lakers needed him to do. So, because man, we were looking bad without Luka and Austin, but we needed LeBron to come back and reestablish some stability to the team, and he did that with these last 2 games. So I think 20 had a triple double last game.
Straight. And were you impressed? I'm surprised you didn't dope on the fact that LeBron and Bronny gave assists to one another first time.
Oh, that was nice. Yeah, like I say, I'm happy with all that. We needed to establish because we have been playing bad, so we needed to establish some type of stability going into the playoffs. So LeBron did what he needed to do. Proud of him for that.
The VP says someone check Red's temperature. He just gave LBJ a compliment. LOL.
When you play for my team and you do good things, you're gonna get a compliment. I ain't one of these fans who just can't look at the real picture. He did good. We need that. Now, had he been playing like we played the previous 2 games, trust me, I wouldn't have said nothing. But what he did these last 2 games, coming out and reestablishing our stability as well, I think we the 4th, 5th seed going to the playoffs. We needed that going to the playoffs. You just don't want to lose these games looking bad heading into the postseason.
Okay.
Now
go ahead, finish your statement.
I would say now we can go into the postseason at least with our heads high and preparing for whatever adventure come our way now. It's gonna be
all right. I'm gonna pose these questions for the NCAA finals recaps in a different fashion. I'm gonna combine the two. I'm gonna say biggest surprise. UCLA beating the brakes off South Carolina in women's basketball, or Michigan taking care of business against UConn. I'll go with you, Coach.
Oh,
and
easily.
then provide any commentary you want to.
Oh, easily UCLA beating South Carolina because you would figure that Dawn Staley would see that matchup, and UCLA did what they've been doing the whole tournament. They dropped everybody down low, and they said, okay, if you can't shoot, you ain't going to beat us. And that's what happened to South Carolina. Couldn't shoot outside. And UCLA was killing them on the board, and Dawn, like you said, didn't change up her strategy until you was behind. And I didn't expect them to get beat like that. I expect it to be a close game, even though people are seem to forget UCLA lost 1 game all year, 1. And that was a Texas. And then they beat Texas down. So they were like, okay, we got that out of the way. Now we going for our title. 5 seniors trying to win their last year. And the Michigan UConn game, I wasn't surprised by that one because Dan Hurley is a heck of a coach. Even though Michigan had everything their way, but Dan Hurley can coach. You know, he crazy as a road lizard, but still he can coach. So, and Dusty May, old Dusty Rhodes, he decided to get those transfers together, and they all came in. They were a unit, and they beat UConn. So the biggest surprise was the girl women's game.
All right, Ho, you in the same vein as Coach?
Yeah, I'm gonna jump on in the call with Coach, and I'm gonna add a little twist to it. To your point, Reb, the girls stayed all 4 years of UCLA with no transfer, so that shows that on this side, you can win with loyalty, but on the other side, all transfers on the Michigan game, and they won. And I'm like, well, in this particular atmosphere, which one is the trending piece? Well, on the girl side, the traditional way won out, and that was more surprising for me because they did it with consistency and loyalty, which it seems like on the men's side, that's not even subjective these days because there is no loyalty or no consistency. Everybody, it's 2,000 transfers in the portal right now on the men's side. So that goes to show you the consistency and the loyalty that's being displayed on the men's side. So, but I'm more surprised that the loyalty won out in this particular instance.
So you make up a good point, because there are reports that the men's side with the transfer portal is in the thousands. Like they're projecting 3,000
Right. It's
just in this
2,000 right now.
period.
Yeah.
And then when you look at the women's, it's in the hundreds. So it's clear that these dudes are trying to maximize all the money that they can make. So like I was going to even go into my note moment saying we need to stop using the word committed, right? Like if you look at Instagram and when these guys are transferring, you see committed to. Like, you're not committed. You're just a placeholder for 1 year, and then you're going to go to the highest bidder for the next year. Commitment means loyalty. You're loyal to the money, not to the school. So let's be honest about this thing. And I think this right here is just terrible for fan bases. Imagine you can't grow with the team anymore. Like what made the Fab Five so special is Michigan fans saw their ascension from year 1 to year 2. And then when Weber left, you still had Jalen, Jawan, King, and the other dude, Jackson, for their junior year. What made the Florida back-to-back so special? Florida fans saw the maturation of Noah, Horford, and the other 2 guys. That's what makes college sports special is the growth. And the money, unfortunately, is taking one of the greatest attributes away from college sports, and that is the fan base being able to celebrate the growth and the accomplishments of these teams that they saw from the very beginning. So that's the one thing I do not like. Because I remember growing up, and y'all might remember this publication called Street and Smith.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. The Street and Smith magazine. That was one of the magazines. If you were a true hoop head, you went and got that magazine because they would be talking about who's coming back, who did they add, and then they, giving a full diagnosis of what's going on with that program. How can you diagnose now a full roster of transfers? You can't do it. You don't know what the chemistry is going to look like. So college sports, it's a plus that these kids are getting paid, but this transfer portal is crazy. And dare I say this, and I'm going to let you go, Red. Even though this executive order might not hold weight, I ain't going to poo-poo on what Trump did with the executive order. We're basically saying that they can only transfer once without penalty. I can't disagree with that because this transferring every year is just out of control. And just like John Calipari said when he was being interviewed during NCAA, you can't be talking about college education if you're allowing somebody to transfer 4 times. Everybody's credits are not being accepted at every school you go to. So they are just getting paid to play basketball at the end of the day. So let's stop this scholastic, student athlete crap. It can't be if you transferring 4 times. Ain't no graduation in that. It's all about let me go take the basic courses just so I can be eligible to play. Go ahead, Ho.
Hey, to your point, Rev, you got to remember the Florida team won it, and they all decided to come back together because all of them was projected to go to the league. But my question is, if NIL was available then, would they have chosen to come back together? Man,
that's
it's
a
not
good question.
It's not something that we can prove or know, but I mean, it's something to think about.
So I know one guy, actually 2 of them probably would have come back, and I have a hypothesis for it. So I believe Horford would have definitely come back. Noah would have come back, which would have made the other 2 to come back. This is why Horford's daddy was a former NBA player, so he wasn't poor. Noah was the son of a famous tennis player.
Yannick, yeah.
Yeah, he wasn't poor. So with those two guys being the main cops, and because they weren't poor, right? I
Corey
think
Brewer was though out of Tennessee.
yeah,
was
Corey Brewer for
poor.
sure. Corey Brewer. So that's why I think they would have been okay, and because they're different, they're different mindsets. Like I would love to see, and I'm not trying to be trying to discriminate. I would love to see of all the transfers, how many of them have a good family, like a solid family. Because I just can't see dads just going along. They are a very important part of their kids' lives. I just can't see a dad going along with 4 transfers, 3 transfers.
But you got to
even though I
remember,
see it with Dion's daughter, but she's trash.
Yeah.
Excuse
but
me.
you got to remember though, Rev, some of these parents are the agents for the kids and telling them to go and transfer, just like the kid who's the quarterback in Tennessee. And he
that went to UCLA.
Yeah. So, you know, some of these parents are encouraging kids to go for the highest bidder. Or if the parents ain't getting the money, they tell the kids to leave. So, I mean, that'll be an interesting take to see how many kids.
So that goes back to say solid family.
Right, I agree. if you go to define it that way, yeah.
Yeah, solid families, because we already know.
Let's just call it stable or unstable.
There we go. Yeah, that's a better distinction right there, because we do know that many of these families, because of financial situations, are using these kids' talents as their financial ticket. That's been going on throughout history, so we know how that goes. So yeah, for sure.
It's just another note for Michigan. They do not take any transfers that's been in college 3 years because their credits won't transfer.
Okay. All right. And Michigan ain't no slum school to get into.
No, it's
That's
not.
one of the top rated schools in the nation. So that makes sense.
Your credits won't transfer. You've been in another school for 3 years. They won't take you.
Okay.
They don't even recruit you.
That's cool. Red, any thoughts about their finals? Girl, women's, men's?
Just a few. Piggybacking off what you and H.O. saying, when you look at the landscape of college sports today, it basically refers to the Academy Award winning songs. Man, it is hard out here for a pimp, baby. Man, it's hard out here for a pimp, especially if you pimping these kids. And that's what's going on, Rev. These 80s have turned into pimps, and these kids have turned into hoes, man. Because that's all it's about these days. It's all about that money, baby. How much money am I making? How much money can you make me? I mean, you're right. Education, throw that out the window. Student athletes, be doggone. Please, commitment, right. This ain't nothing but a pimping game, baby. You just pimping them from one school to the next school. And it's sad, man, but that's the landscape of college sports these days. But if the president,
I don't know.
If the president can enforce a rule and keep the folks from just having one transfer, I think that would possibly help. Like you transfer, you can only do it one time. Maybe that can help, but like you say, they are gonna have to enforce some stringent rules to keep this game from just going out of control, like the NBA game is. Like you say, it's no commitment, no fan base you can really commit to. It's different players every year. It's like, man, you don't even know who to cheer for now because you don't know what type of team you're gonna have. So, and I'm not a fan of that either because I like stability. I like to know, okay, my team didn't do it this year, but I know who coming back next year. We can make another run. I don't know anything. I don't know anything about how UGA basketball gonna look next year. I know we got a lot of transfers. Jake Wilkins, he transferring, probably gonna have 1 or 2 more. I don't know what Georgia Tech basketball gonna look like next year. I'm pretty sure some of those guys gonna transfer. So, like you say, every school just gonna have to deal with these transfers, new players in and out, just every single year. And to me, it hurts the game. Unlike the women's game, where we talked about how they do have commitment over there, commitment from those girls who stayed at UCLA, more commitment from just female athletes, period. They at least stay a while, to get to know them. It's not too many ones and done. So, like I said, they're gonna have to get that under control. But as far as
can you call it pimping though? Because usually a pimp keep all the money. They getting money. So I don't know if it's pimping in a way, because they don't keep no money. They got to turn all their money over. These kids getting money and getting good money. So
it's called revenue sharing.
Well, like I said, as far as my commentary for the two games, I was more surprised that UC got blown out. But as far as the Michigan game, I'm not surprised they won, but I'm surprised that they scored so few points, because they have been really blowing teams out during the tournament. I don't know if we should give UConn credit for holding them to 69 points, the lowest point in the whole tournament. But other than that, I'm not too surprised with the outcome. I thought Michigan would win. I'm just surprised they only put up 69 points, because they have been really blowing teams out this whole tournament. I mean, I think before this game, the least amount of points they scored was like 90. So not surprised by the outcome, just surprised how many points UConn held Michigan to. And definitely surprised that Dawn Staley got blown out by 20 points. So,
all right. So let me go to a couple comments from River Knight Nation. So the VP said UCLA Corey Close did a great job bringing in 5 transfers over the last 3 years to surround her only homegrown senior Kiki Rice. Those 6 players made history by scoring 100% of all the points in the Natty game. Corey Close dropped the micromanaging transfer portal. Job well done, Natty well earned. The president offers this question. What do you all think the Audie Crooks transfer? So Audie Crooks is, no pun intended, the big girl from Iowa State Cyclones. She averaged 25.8 points a game, 7.7 rebounds, 1.7 assists. It's clear to me that her transfer is all about the money. It's all about the money, because she's believing that some school bigger than Iowa State is going to give her some money to be able to put up those kind of points. I think she's playing the short game rather than the long game, because I think she probably believes the long game is not going to be in her benefit. She's not going to dominate in the WNBA like she's dominating right now in college basketball. That's just the bottom line. I don't even know how well she's going to be able to get up and down the court in the WNBA, right?
I can see everybody trying not to say something.
But it is what it is, man.
Yeah.
And she is taking full advantage of this current NCAA landscape, where she's recognizing, I got to go for the profit now that will probably escape me in the WNBA. Anybody else want to share?
Yeah.
Listen, it's one thing. It's one thing that we hadn't touched on, Rev, and about this transfer thing, and that is the tampering during the season.
Oh yeah.
The tampering during the season is all the way out of control. That's where the problem comes in at, because you got the parents reaching back out to these coaches that said, we didn't choose your school, but now we may not be looking to go. We may not look to go finish this school out. So can we have a conversation? So that's how the tampering is going, and that's becoming a bigger problem than just the transfer portal itself.
And see, the VP said it before I could say it. She left. The whole team in Iowa State left. Just like at Tennessee, the entire team transferred. Now, that's got to say something about the coach and he said it right. If she goes to Notre Dame with Hannah Hidalgo feeding her the ball, oh, she gonna get some points. That's for sure. That'll be the perfect school for her to go to.
Well, I'm gonna say Tennessee is different. I mean, Iowa State is different than Tennessee. I think the Tennessee mass transfers, that's more indicative of the coach. I think Iowa State is more indicative of I want to get some more money. Because Iowa State is not the same type of landscape as Tennessee. And therefore, this girl's like, listen, Tennessee's money, I would say, is greater than Iowa State's money. I would bet some money on that if I was a betting man. So I think it's like, look, these other girls looking at the big girl going, as the president said, the proper term is calorically abundant. They realize if she goes, there ain't no hope for us next year. So we might as well go to.
It's a crook for her to be out there playing.
I mean, when I saw her, I'm surprised she gets up and down the court. How
are they allowing this to happen, man? You feed it into this girl, knowing this girl is overweight, out of shape, and they just are letting her. They're gonna let her get as much money as she can. How about getting her healthy? Anybody care about that? Because like you say, Rev, this girl ain't got no chance taking herself to the WNBA thinking she better. Are you crazy?
Well, they probably go use
and Rev, I've been hearing the name so much. Artie Crooks. And when I finally saw who they were talking to, I was like, what? Oh.
But I'm looking at that, but you can't poo-poo being the number 2 scorer in the country. I don't care how big she is. You can't stop that number 2 scorer in the country. Somebody can play some defense against, but she's still getting her points. So yeah, she needs to lose some weight. That's true, but she's still scoring and putting up points. And if that team didn't have her, they would have never made the playoffs. I mean, the NCAA tournament. So she worth something. She gonna, and I guarantee somebody gonna get her in a program where she gonna have to lose weight without a doubt. They gonna get her in there and make her work, but still, that's 25 points a game. Whenever you get through with it.
The only retort I'm gonna give you, Coach, is I appreciate the points. I would like to see those points lead to more production. Like when I'm looking at her, and Iowa State is 7th in the conference.
That's a case. That could be a case of what you got around you.
True, but I'm just saying, like, I'm a poo-poo when you scoring 25 and your team is in 7th place. Now, it could be argued if she were in better shape, they'd be in 3rd place.
Yeah. And it could be argued. Yeah.
I just said they could be winning the conference. It could be
whoever,
said.
I give you that.
Whoever go pay up money, it has to come with some Ozempic as well.
Now, let's move on.
I give you that, Rev. I give you that, but somewhere along the line, if she's scoring most of your points, what the other girls doing?
Laughing at her.
I got one more question before we get off.
I've been laughing at her, and they ain't helping out.
Hold on, right quick, Hope, before you go in. Let me get these couple comments in. VP said, Reverend Doctor, she actually doesn't get up and down the court. Sad to watch, but it is what it is. She had better get her degree, FR. She will get worked in the W. Winston said, Crooks about to get on that Luca LA workout plan. VP said, Coach, if Niall Ivy is serious about this young lady's health, we will see a change in her next year due to this off-season's work. If not, then Audie's going to be Audie, weighing the same as an Audi Q3.
See what that is.
Oh
let's be honest. That her weight is what y'all everybody gonna call low hanging fruit. That's an easy target. That's low hanging fruit. Talking about how big she is. I understand that, but
it's low. Let's be honest though. It's low hanging fruit, but it's the reality that her weight affects her play. If she were in better shape, the reality is she might be the top college basketball player in the nation. The reality is she probably might be in the WNBA already.
No, but I'm
go ahead, Rim. Low hanging fruit, but it's a reality. Like, think about it from a coaching perspective. I'm sure you've had players that you had said if they would do X, Y, and Z, they would be much better. They would put us in better position to win a championship. I'm sure you thought about that as a coach. So I know when somebody's looking at her practice and see the skills that she has, the coach automatically saying, if she would drop 30 pounds, if she would drop 40 pounds, like in men's basketball, you coach JV, so I know you can't be hypocritical on this one, coach. You seen a freshman or a sophomore, and you saying if that boy puts 20 pounds of muscle on, he puts 15 more pounds on. Matter of fact, your phrase, coach, he need to eat some more biscuits. That's you, coach, referring to weight.
Right. But look at this, Dorel.
So what I'm saying is, somebody being in shape or needing to get stronger is very critical to their personal success as well as team success. I just used your phraseology. You the ones got to eat more biscuits. So in her case, she needs to eat less biscuits.
Okay, I get that, and like I said, I'm playing devil's advocate because I'm looking at have we found what are the averages of the rest of the players on team that supposedly are in shape?
Well, Coach, let me tell you this. Let me tell you what Red really trying to say. Let me take over for you for 1 second. No. This is what he really saying. He is saying that whoever recruits her will use the phrase, we gonna have to walk by faith and not by sight. All it is to it.
Look at H.O. Look at H.O. H.O. got deep and philosophizing.
I just told you I was speaking for Rev. I don't
even understand. I would have thought we all would be in agreement. This girl need to lose some weight. This is not good.
Coach is making the argument that her supporting cast has to matter as well, right? So we can't. Nobody can deny that at the end of the day. But let's also understand. Let's be real about this, Coach. In the past 10 years, women's or men's basketball, what great players came out of Iowa State?
You can't find none because they didn't have a good program.
That's my point. So my point is nobody's checking for Iowa State, right? So there's the supporting cast is going to be only but so great. Iowa State had a good men's team, and they got a bunch of transfers. Neil, you can put a team together now.
Yep.
But most people ain't going to Iowa to play basketball. If I'm getting $1 million in this Neil era to play for Iowa State versus $1 million to play for LSU, Georgia, guess where I'm going? I'm going to Georgia, LSU, Florida. I'm not going all the way to Iowa, especially if you're a black girl. You ain't going all the way to Iowa. That got to be a last resort, unless you're from Iowa. So you're only going to get but so much talent to go to Iowa. You think any Dawn Staley girl leaving South Carolina to go to Iowa State? The transfer and
because the coach ain't no good.
No.
So what does that say about the coach?
From where?
When a whole team leaves.
Like I said, Coach, I think I made a clear distinction earlier. I think it's different. It's not apples to apples. I think in Tennessee, your point is very legitimate.
I'm just saying.
I think she's a bad coach. Tennessee is one of the best programs in women's basketball history. All right, so that they are a staple. So in that instance, I think it's more indicative of the coach. In Iowa State, I don't know if it's the coach or not. I could say it's the demographic. I could say it's the area. Because if I play well and I'm getting attention from a school that's in a better place, and I can make money at that, I'm going to the better place. Name one person that you know of says, I'm going to Iowa to spend some vacation time.
Vacation, please.
Right. There's nothing in Iowa.
But
The
all
biggest city. The biggest city in Iowa. Who knows the biggest city in Iowa? Besides the capital is Des Moines.
Oh, okay. That's all. That's the only city I know.
The only thing in Iowa is Caitlin Clark jerseys.
Exactly. Like
Number cornfields and resources and farms.
Exactly. Like you think the black version of Caitlin Clark is going to Iowa? Heck no. Absolutely not.
Oh, don't forget, you guys. Tracy Spencer is from Iowa. Tender kisses.
Okay.
All right.
If
So
the game,
we're gonna move on because we got to move on real quick. Audie Brooks is 6'3". She has potential to be greater than what she's been producing in her last year. The potential is there. He also said Big Nasty, Corliss Williams, and big old Oliver Miller had to lose weight, increase their strength training to yield a better output. They had to leave those Arkansas biscuits and gravy alone. And that's a good point about Big O, because that's what limited his NBA career because his weight.
Yeah, RIP to him.
Yeah, and I'm looking at this game again. They played against Syracuse. The next leading scorer had 14 points. She had 37. I'm looking at these 2 for 11s and 1 for 5s and 0 for 7. That ain't helped that team. If they didn't have her, they probably wouldn't.
Coach,
I know what you're saying. I'm just being devil's advocate.
No.
Red, you can shake your head all you want, Red, but you know I'm telling the truth. Tell me Iowa State would have been in tournament if she wasn't there.
The point I'm making, Coach, is you make some valid points. I'm saying what talent wants to go to Iowa State?
I understand that. Ain't nobody trying to
That's
get
why
to
she
Iowa
probably
State.
doesn't have a whole lot of talent around her. Because who wants to go to Iowa State at the end of the day? And think about the conference that they're in. There are many other schools that people would want to go to rather than Iowa State in that conference. So I think that demographic works against them in that particular situation. And I don't think Iowa State women's basketball giving that much Neil money.
Yeah.
So I think that's a problem in itself as well. All right.
Not real. Be fair. You can't feed Audie and have money left over for everybody else now. All right, I'm done.
Go ahead, finish this up, man.
All right, listen. Before we get off this NCAA, we all should be coping with the fact that, and this is a question, how do we feel, or how are we coping with Juwan Howard watching the team that he got fired from win a championship game, and he's there live with the Fab Five watching Dustin May, a coach from Florida Atlantic, gets hired. Nobody didn't even know who this kid was, and Juwan Howard had to sit there and watch the team that he got fired from win the championship without him.
Now, that's a good question. Is a lot of those guys his recruits that won?
Nah, but probably one or two seniors, but that was it.
Yeah, I mean, most of them guys transfers, like that big time player who transferred from UAB. That wasn't one of Iowa's guys.
That wasn't one of him. Yeah.
So I think I won't necessarily say I'm coping with it. I'm gonna say from Juwan Howard's perspective, that's a dope moment to be big enough to still be there. And then also I think he recognizes he had his chance and didn't maximize because he left the program in bad shape.
Yeah,
I mean, like he's not getting the benefit. He didn't get the benefit of the doubt like Penny Hardaway is at Memphis. right? Like Juwan Howard left the program in bad shape, and he ought to be glad that the program's been resurrected because now he's off the hook.
Yeah.
Because it could easily be said if Michigan went on like a 10, 12-year run of being trash, they could blame Juwan Howard putting this team in the hole that it's in. So May is a blessing in disguise, resurrecting the program, winning a championship. So now nobody can say anything bad about Juwan Howard in the present because the team has been resurrected. If the team goes downhill, now that might be Dusty May's problem. That may be the coach behind him's problem. But Juwan Howard is officially off the hook because nobody can say him leading the program down in a downward spiral that he did, because he had some good years. I'm not going to take away from that, but it ended bad.
Yeah.
And May resurrected it, so now Juwan Howard is officially off the hook. So it's really a blessing in disguise the way I look at it.
That's a good way to look at it. And also, he the one who recruited Terrence Reed to go to Michigan. So that was the start of his bad luck.
We just go say Terrence Reed, and we already know that's synonymous with bad luck on the show. don't you Terrence Reed them now. Don't you Terrence Reed them. Correct, VP said, Dr. Juwan is now an afterthought. If he wants to get back into coaching, he needs to start small somewhere and learn from his mistakes. He said earlier, just simply wasn't a good coach, wouldn't have built a team that way. Kudos to the coach who brought them in. All right, let's pause right here, man. It's time for halftime of the Red and Red Sports Show. We talked a lot of college basketball on the other end. We got some baseball coming in, some NBA coming in, some WNBA coming in. So we'll be right back after halftime of the Red and Red Sports Show. We'll be right back. And we're back for the second half of the Red and Red Sports Show. Looking forward to having some good sports talk as we embark upon the second half. We got the Braves report coming up, and then we got our 5 for 5 coming up. So let's get ready to jump into these segments of our show. Red, you ready?
I'm ready to be done.
The Braves report is coming right up with Redrick leading the way. So we're giving the Braves report in 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1.
Well. What's up, everybody? I'm back for another Braves report. As you can tell in my voice, I'm pretty positive and happy what's going on in Braves Nation. Well, first of all, wake up today in first place. Yeah, feels good. After the first 14 games last year, I swear we was at the bottom, probably looking like we was gonna have the number one pick. But like I say, new year, new things. And this year, 2026, my Braves are a first place team. Now we went 3-1 this week. Had a huge brawl on I think Tuesday or Wednesday night. But anyway, it was the talk. It's been the talk of the week. The brawl between the Braves and the Angels. Lopez, I guess Jorge Soler popped the home run off of him at first at bat. Then he came back. He hit Soler. I understand how Soler being upset about that. Then he came back again. He threw at Soler. Or maybe he was trying to throw inside, but the ball got away from him, went high. Soler's top of his batting helmet, and Soler took offense to that. He took offense to that. So it was a big stare down. We didn't even know what was going on because they were showing a highlight of the man still in second base. Then you come back, we just see fisticuffs. So I'm glad they went back and showed how the whole thing went down because we would have been confused like a mug. But anyway, yeah, I mean, Soler, he's a big dude now, probably one of the biggest guys in sports. So when you see him coming to you, man, I don't know if I blame Lopez for keeping that ball in his hand, but anyway, yeah, former teammates too, yeah, for a year. So man, you see a big dude like Soler charging that mound, boy, you better be ready. But I don't know, y'all. Soler, y'all, after he came out on the mound, in the right stance, but after Lopez, wow, hit him with that baseball or hit him in the top of the head, it's like his head went down. He started swinging like a girl. And that, to me, left him open for Walt Weiss to come and have probably the best tackle I've seen from a member of an Atlanta sports team since the Grits Blitz. Lord have mercy. Walt Weiss, boy, where you been? Did you play football in your younger days? That was a tackle, man. I'm talking about, it seemed like Lopez and Walt Weiss was a tag team. The way they set Soler up for that takedown, it's like Lopez was backing up. Soler, woo, went down to the ground. Austin was trying to tackle him, but Walt Weiss, like H.O. and Real said, yeah, you get the award for probably the best tackle we've seen in a long time. And Ozzy, what are you doing on the field? Always trying to play peacemaker and therapist like that. You always trying to talk somebody down. Man, get out of here. You couldn't even hold him when he was trying to charge Soler. And that catch of Jonah Heim, boy, he didn't want no part of Soler. You could have stopped him before he got there. Your weak little attempt, man. I tell you, boy, I'm glad Walt Weiss is on the team real because, man, Lopez teammates couldn't stop Soler from getting to him, but the manager did. So good job, Walt Weiss, and taking Soler down. That was a nice brawl. Everybody was looking at Braves Nation, saying that brawl pumped us up. But hey, that's one of the best brawls we've seen in a while. Nobody was hurt. So hey, good job, Braves, for being talking baseball with a nice brawl. We usually don't see things like that in Atlanta. The Braves are more reserved team. So to see them out there throwing fisticuffs and getting into it like that, yeah, I don't know, y'all. Maybe Walt Weiss Braves are gonna be a new type of Braves for us. We're gonna see. But anyway, like I said, we went 3-1 this week. First place with a 9-5 record. Just throw off a few numbers for my Braves. Our offense, woo, man, our offense, we looking close. As close as we've been to 2023 in a while. Second in home runs, top 5 in average, top 5 in OPS, top 5 in runs, top 5 in hits, top 5 in slugging. That's just for the hitting side. The pitching side, a little bit better. Number 1 in ERA, number 1 in earned runs allowed, number 1 in whip, and number 1 in average. And this is for all of baseball. I don't separate National League and American League. To me, I need to know what you're doing for all of baseball because we ain't so much like it used to be. You play National League schedule or American League schedule. No, it's in the league, baby. So I need to know where do the Braves fare for all of baseball. And these are the numbers. A pretty balanced team. Top 5 hitters, top pitching, let's go into bullpen number one in baseball right now. So Braves, what a difference a year makes. I was looking at these numbers last year. We was about in the middle of the pack or bottom and everything. It's a very refreshing to see after 1 year of futility or just overall vulnerability and not doing what we expect Braves to do, that we've come back and doing things that we expect. Pitching, hitting, defense, and overall Braves loyalty, baby. Let's go, Braves. Tomahawk chop. Crank that music up again, Rev.
It's game time. It's GT.
All right. Is everybody, let me just start with Ho, because you pay attention to the Braves. What do you have to think about what Ray had to share? You got any additions?
Yeah, let's give a shout out to Mauricio Dubon.
Yeah.
A very, very surprise pickup from AA. We picked him up for his glove and utility, but he's actually hitting 347. For this year. We didn't expect no kind of hitting from him, but he's actually hitting the ball pretty good. And Dominique Smith, yeah, we gotta give a shout out to him as well. Waiting on Michael Yastrzemski and Austin Riley to kind of get up to par. Shout out to Ron O'Cunha for hitting his first home run. Maybe that'll get him going. Austin Riley, buddy, we waiting on you. We waiting on you. All that long and beard, you maybe need to shave some of that off to get some good luck, but we waiting on you, buddy.
I'm gonna say this though. Shout out to the Houston Astros fans. When that trade went down between Dubon and Nick Allen, those Astros fans were saddened to lose Dubon. They said the Braves got to play. And little did we know that this guy has really been impactful, and it's going to make it hard for Kim to get on the field the way he's playing. Now, the good news is he can play multiple positions, and that's why AA got him, because, the Braves have been hit by the injury bug quite a bit. So if outfielder goes down, infielder goes down, Dubon is a utility player. He can play almost every position like a Camargo, but he seems like a better team guy than Camargo. So big ups to AA for making this trade for Dubon. I was about to say, Ho, you giving Acuna a break, ain't you? When you were talking about we're waiting on Riley and Yastrzemski, like we waiting on Acuna too now. He hasn't been doing much until
he
last
did his
night.
first home run, so like I said, that hopefully that'll get him going.
Yeah, we need him going at the top of the lineup because Drake Baldwin could have a even better season if Acuna gets on base. Because Drake been balling.
I think they coming along. They had a nice. Well, when we got to the last couple of Angels games and this first Indians game, I think everybody got a couple of hits last night. So, I think we slowly but surely coming along.
Okay. All right. I guess Ho is still here.
No, he dipped out.
He dipped out. Okay.
I think given the next week, I think everybody, because Olsen is raking, like you say, Baldwin. He's been raking all season. Ozzie pretty solid right now. Even Harris hit a home run last night. And Dubon hitting over 300. Dominic Smith hitting over 300. Yastrzemski is struggling a little bit. That may be who Dubon replaced when Kim come back if he's still struggling. But I like what offense is coming this week. All of a sudden, last week I feel you
for sure. The president said I was disappointed Walt Weiss didn't get to employ his martial arts skills.
Yep, black belt.
All right, let's go into our 5 of 5. We got 5 hot topics. We plan on spending for 5 minutes. Red, Coach, you got 1 minute. I got to be I got to be a stickler today because I'm pressed for time. So 1 minute to state your case about the particular topic while Red and Coach are stating what they're stating. Reverend Nation, feel free to put in your comments in the chat. So, VP, I believe this is the comment I'm waiting on. There we go. Yes, sir. We're about to do it. Yes, sir. The Q to Lunates has been shared, and here we go. First topic on the board. Mike Malone, hired by coaches, North Carolina Tar Heels to be the next men's basketball coach. Red, I'm going to start with you first so we can see what Coach has to say afterwards. What you got, Red?
I guess it wasn't too surprising. I mean, he was available. I mean, UNC needed to make a splash. I can't think of anybody else that was available that would have made a splash like this. I mean, the championship, NBA championship winning coach. A lot of people think that the college game, he's more meant for the college game than the NBA game because of his style. And I'm not sure Coach K liked it because he threw a few shots at it. But other than that, I actually like the move. I mean, like I said, I know Mike Malone's a good coach. I know he's gonna be up in them UNC kids' butt. He gonna put foot to butt when they ain't out there playing like they supposed to. So, a coach, if you want it, a guy that's gonna hold the players accountable and responsible, it's the guy you want right here. I mean, he ain't laid back at all. I mean, you had 1 or 2 bad losses. Mike Malone, I mean, that loss will cut some players out. So, like I say, I like the move. I mean, I think this would be the move to get UNC back on the competitive line with Duke and the rest of the nation.
What you got to say?
He hadn't recruited since 1995 when he was with Providence as an assistant coach under Pete Gillis. So I think that would be my only drawback. He better get some assistant coaches. Retaining Sean May give him grace because Sean May knows the ACC landscape pretty well, and to retain Sean May as one of his lead recruiters will definitely serve him well. He need to go back and get Marcus Page, because Marcus Page has been that's the one who recruited Caleb Wilson. So Marcus Page is the one he need to go get. I think he signed with Charlotte already with Wes Miller. But overall, I think it's a good move.
Coach, what do you have to say about it?
Hey, Mike Malone, beat Duke twice. You already in, dog.
Stop the madness.
It's gonna be dependent on how he said a whole lot. I didn't come here to finish losing the first round. I didn't come here to lose in this. You saying a whole lot, but the proof is in the pudding, like the guy said. So we'll see. Year 1.
All right, let me see. Do we have any comments? The VP said the ceiling is the roof.
The ceiling is the roof.
That's the dumbest statement ever. Let me just say this. I think Malone's hire is indicative of where basketball is now and where NCAA sports is. They hired him because he knows how to manage the landscape of the financial ramifications. And I think that's where they believe his NBA experience is going to help out in the current landscape of the NCAA. It's going to be interesting because he didn't leave the NBA on a good note. Those guys from Denver wanted him up out of there. Jokic, as much clout as he had, he didn't vouch for Mike Malone. Ain't said nothing about Mike Malone since he's been back. So will Mike Malone's in-your-face style be a problem for these new kids who can leave at will? So that's going to be interesting to see how that plays out. Any last comments from anybody? All right, hearing none.
Yeah, I got one.
What you got?
If you want UNC blue, just add water.
All right, on to the next. Staying in the game of basketball, but going to the W. You guys in the ATL, y'all been hearing the buzz about Angel Reese being traded from Chicago to Atlanta for Atlanta's first-round draft pick this year and Atlanta's first-round draft pick next year and another player. What you got to say about Angel Reese? The Bayou Barbie coming to the ATL, Shawty. What you got?
Yeah. She finna mix that Louisiana accent along with this ATL accent. So I hope she can translate that pretty good. Marketing standpoint, this is a great move. This is to get the city something to really get excited about. Ryan Howard, Angel Reese, Brittany Griner. Okay, we working with something now.
Brittany gone.
Oh, okay, she gone. All right, so if we can get the State Farm Arena to get full or get sold out, not because of who's coming to play, but because of who's already here, then I think that'll be a good deal. So shout out to the Dream for making the move. We needed something here to excite the fans, and that's what we got.
Coach, what you got, man?
Reese coming in is going to be very polarizing because you got a bunch of people that like her, then you got a bunch of people that don't like her. So she has the fan base. She got to come in and see. Without Griner, she is expected to be the one to get in there and hit them boards like she usually do. So we'll see how the fan base gravitates to it once the season starts. They had a team that won the Eastern Conference last year, so if she can keep that up, then they'll accept her as a Atlanta Dream member.
Red, what you got?
Welcome change. I think she needs a change of scenery. Wasn't working in Chicago. Hey, she's on my team now, so I can't be mad at it. She's one of the polarizing figures in the WNBA. So, and the Atlanta Dream definitely will benefit from having Angel down south. So, I think it's a win-win. We'll see how it works out.
I think Ho nailed it talking about the marketing standpoint. I think that's the biggest move. I don't think Angel Reese will be selling out State Farm Arena. I think they're going to still be playing their games wherever they were playing them last year. State Farm won't be sold out until Caitlin comes to town. But I think it gives an incentive for more people to come out on a regular basis because she, like one of you all said, is a polarizing figure. And I think this is a good thing for okay, Ray, you said that. I think it's a good thing for the city of Atlanta to have a name that they can gravitate to in the city because I think she's probably the biggest name that the Dream has had besides Brittany Griner, and a lot of folk ain't attracted to Brittany Griner for various reasons. And I'm just going to leave it at that. But at least for fellas, Angel Reese is easy on the eyes. And we'll put it that way. Let's see what Revenite Nation got to say. VP said, shots fired. Angel Reese, great pickup. She's going to be a rebounding machine. Ryan Howard, Alicia Gray going to run the heck out of those fast breaks with the rebounding. I'm looking forward to attending a game. Okay, that was the other name that I forgot, Alicia Gray.
Yeah. That's the possibly the first super team, I guess.
Yeah, obviously they got a big three now.
Big three, that's what I meant, big three. Her press conference is actually supposed to be today. It's scheduled for that was yesterday. I'm sorry. It's supposed to be
okay.
I'm not sure if it happened, but it was scheduled for yesterday.
Okay.
She probably had another Victoria's Secret ad to drop.
All right, let's roll, fellas. Going into some football now. The big-time defensive tackle of the New York Giants said, I want out of here. He requests trade. Coach, what do you say about this trade request?
Dexter, you already on a team that values you and gonna pay you good money now. Where you gonna go at this time of the year? I know it's not too late to get with another team. I know you want to go with a contender, but we gonna see. I don't think your value is as high as you think. I think you're gonna be one of those buy you for what you're worth, and the Giants are gonna sell you for what you think you're worth.
Red, what do you have to say, sir?
This just Dexter just looking for more money, pretty much. I don't really think he's serious about where you gonna go. You're a Giants player. You've been with the Giants your whole career. You just got a new coach in Harbaugh. I think this just Dexter seeing the landscape of other defensive captains getting paid, and even though he just got his bag, you want another bag this soon. Well, sorry, Dexter, you ain't gonna get one now. Team might add a little bit more money to the salary you gonna get this year, but I just don't see them ripping up his contract and giving him a new one. And so I just think Dexter need to work with John and the GM behind the scenes and figure this thing out, because I don't think he's getting traded. I would be shocked if they give him, if they grant his trade. They'll probably give him some more money though.
Oh, what you got?
Finally, somebody else feel the way that I feel about the state of New York. I just, but maybe it's him trying to. He saw Myles Garrett get some money. He saw Michael, the one in Dallas, the DB. I mean the defensive end in Dallas. Yeah, Parsons get some money. So now he's trying to put himself up there with those type guys, TJ Watt as well. So maybe that's maybe they've already told him that we're not gonna pay you. So he's trying to go somewhere else where they can pay him and he can kind of help them win some games. But I think this is just where we are with the NFL. Request a trade, force your way out so you can get paid, and I think that's where we are with it.
All right, let's see if Reverend Nation has anything to say pertaining to Lawrence. Got some comments real quickly about Angel Reese. Angel Reese SI photo shoot was fire.
All right, dirty old man.
ATL Barbie's going to help the Dream become contenders. Gray, Pow Pow, and Reese, the big three.
Yeah, we got about Pow Pow.
VP say he needs to shut it up. You got 2 more years before unrestricted free agency in 2028. Enjoy the fruits of your labor, bro. Stop whining.
Thank you. Thank you, Ben. That's exactly what needs to be said. You got paid, dude. You're going to be a free agent again in a couple of years. Just play with your play your position and wait. See what you're going to do.
All right, get glasses off of that one. Woo.
Not for Dexter now.
The VP said 14 solo tackles and 0 forced fumbles. Close your mouth, Dexter. Here go Winston. Trade Jesse Bates and pick in 2027 for Dexter. Solidifies the defense now. Red, Horace, any thoughts?
No comment.
I'm following H on this.
Okay. All right. Last comment. VP said Myles Garrett, 43 solos, 3 forced fumbles. Now, they do play different positions, though. Myles is the edge rusher. The big fella, he's a DT. So it's a little bit different.
He had down. You can't come out requesting trade when you had it off year.
Red, it's on you, man. Lamar Jackson attends OTAs. What says you about Lamar showing up for the new head coach in ways he didn't for Harbaugh?
Thank you. Exactly what I was going to say. Showing up and showing out. Well, no. He's showing up for the new coach, and he's showing up Harbaugh from previous seasons, because he never came early when Harbaugh was there. Now, all of a sudden, you coming early when the new guy there? Oh, Lamar, I guess that's really if you didn't like Harbaugh And why didn't you say something early? They probably could have moved him out earlier because now it's just going to show that, man, maybe he really did not like John Harbaugh. But we'll see. We'll see how it translates to the field, Real. I mean, Baltimore, I think they'll be an improved team, but they'll just be one of the good AFC teams. I think the AFC is going to have a few good, tough teams in it. They'll be one of them. I don't think him coming early is going to make them play better or worse. He'll still be Lamar Jackson. Ravens will still be the Ravens.
Hold your thoughts.
I think this is a PR move. I think Lamar Jackson has been getting a lot of national PR stuff about his lackadaisical OTAs and stuff like that. I think this is a PR move was encouraged that he get to OTAs to kind of take the pressure off his reputation. And it looks good because now him and the new coach can start off fresh. Now he's showing that his reputation can be clean and wiped away, and let's start fresh. And I think this is a PR move that he was encouraged to do. So it looks good for him. So I think this is where we at.
Coach, what you got to say?
Lamar looked good running the other day.
Want to add more, Coach?
Nope. Nothing at all. He's still gonna finish second.
To who?
Steelers. Who else?
I heard the Steelers might be being cellar dwellers this year.
See, Rev, there you go. Saying something that has no merit unless TMZ has reported it.
Well, Coach, it does have merit now because your guy who never went under 500 is no longer there. And they may want to get under 500 this year so they can help solve their quarterback problem. So it may do them well to be terrible this year because being mediocre has not addressed the quarterback problem that you all have had since Big Ben is retired and prior to Big Ben retired.
So, Coach, this is what Rev is saying. Romans 8:28 says that regardless whether it's good, bad, or indifferent, it's all working for the good of
all working together for the good. So that's it.
I'm just saying. That's what he's saying.
That's a Roman. If y'all are terrible this year, that's a Romans 8:28 moment. That's a good call. Right?
I don't think they would be amassing those. I don't think they'll be amassing those kind of weapons if they was gonna be bad, getting Dowdle and Pittman and those guys and all those guys coming in to be bad. I don't think I think you'd be status quo, but
if your quarterback is either aging or inexperienced, I don't know how great you expect to be.
Well, Grandpa Rogers is okay as long as he can stand up. You know,
that's the problem, and it's going to be hurting even more for him to stand up when he gets sacked at 42, 41.
Yeah, he wasn't the most sacked quarterback in the league. So hey, we'll see.
Hey, he can't work from home, Coach.
Exactly.
All right, we'll see.
BB said Lamar Jack may be turning a corner, but the truth is in the pudding. Let's ball out, stop overthinking it, make it to the Super Bowl. You and Josh Allen just can't get that monkey off your backs. Meanwhile, the youngins are coming. Nope, they're already here. I think it was very telling, man, that you got somebody like, what's your boy from Sam Darnold winning a championship before Josh Allen, Lamar Jackson, Joe Burrow. That's not good. Not good at all.
We're running out of excuses, man. We're running out of excuses.
Yeah. All right. Ho, it's on you, man. Mendoza, projected to be the top pick in the NFL draft, said, I'm going to sit the NFL draft out. I'm going to spend time with my family on draft day, the folk that where it really matters. Do you think that's a good thing or a bad thing what Mendoza seeks to do on draft day?
I think at this point he's projected to be the number one pick. If you go out and do anything from here on out, they're looking for what you can't do. So leave them with something that you already can do, and we know that you can win the championship. So let's leave it at that. So great move.
Coach, what do you got to say?
That's a good move for him because he said his mom can't travel, and he want to spend his time big day with his mom and family. Hey, good big ups to him. I think it's a good move. He said he want to be with his mom and his family. Roddy Goodell will be all right.
All right, Red, what you got to say, man?
Bad move. Man, one day, you can't spend one day at the NFL draft. Wasn't your mom traveling from game to game when you were doing your when you were in the college playoffs? Now I don't know how his mom health is now, but she know you're gonna be the number one pick. Your whole family know you're gonna be the number one pick. I mean, you can't go to what? Where's gonna be in Pittsburgh? You can't go to Pittsburgh for one day just to, do the number one draft thing. Everybody know you're gonna be the top pick. I don't know if I agree. I understand. I don't know if I agree because dude, you're not gonna be gone forever. You're just gonna be gone for a few hours. Go up on the stage, on TV, take the commissioner hand, hold up your Raiders hat. Okay, but I understand. Your mom having health issues, but I don't think his mom would have minded that he, stepped away from a few hours just to go, go up on the stage and shake the commissioner's hand. But, I'm saying, come on.
All right, let's see what Reverend Nation got to say. VP said, I get it. His mom has MS. She's limited to travel. ESPN will have 1,000 cameras at his house.
They're going to still be there anyway. So
I also applaud him for stepping outside the norm. It is a special moment for his family. I get it. Does his mother having MS change anything for you, Ray?
I'm saying his mom was traveling during the entire college playoff. I mean, what has changed? Has anything changed from her condition back in January to now? I would have thought the whole family would have been preparing to travel to Pittsburgh. I mean, from what I saw in the college playoffs when they was all traveling together, I thought they would have been preparing to travel to Pittsburgh for his big day. But like you say, I do understand if his mom is having issues where she don't want to travel, then that part of it, I do understand. I thought this was something they all was looking forward to. I mean, you knew you were going to have to go to Pittsburgh. Why you didn't say back in January? Well, I mean, when you enter the draft, well, I'm probably not going to go up on stage. I'm probably just going to stay at home no matter what. At least then you waited to right before the draft or right when the draft about to happen when people were expecting you probably to travel when you could have just killed this vaccine. Look, I'm not trying to be that judgmental on how he handled it. It's just,
So Ray, let me ask you this. Were you as strong, even though our show was not on at the time, when Joe Thomas got drafted from a fishing boat back in 2007?
Yeah, I didn't like that either. Like, dude, you're going to be a top pick. Get your butt up to New York and celebrate like all the rest of the guys. You're on a doggone fishing boat. To me, it was Joe being a little arrogant. I mean, you knew you were going to be a top pick. So they say, man, forget all that stuff. I've been going here with my dad. It's amazing that they planned the fishing trip right on the day of the draft. Out of all the days you planned the fishing trip, why plan it on the day of the draft? Did you not know the draft was going to be on that day, Joe? You and your pops, when y'all was planning the fishing day, he's like, wow, April 20-something. Ain't nothing going on that day. Yeah, let's go on out there and go fishing. Ain't nothing happening that day. I mean, look, everybody had their own style, real, but, to me, this is a once-in-a-lifetime thing. You don't want to look back and be like, I mean, let me ask you, if you was a top basketball recruit, would you have attended the NBA draft with your mom and the Dr. Rev? Or would you have said, no, I'm just going to stay in Atlanta and spend the day with my family. We'll just look at it for, even though I know I'm going to be a top pick. I'm just going to spend the day with my mom and dad. We'll go out to eat and we'll just look at it from there, something like that. Rev, I know you. I know you, Mr. Harris, Miss Harris, and Dr. Rivers would have went to New York.
I think that would have definitely been the initial mindset. I think this is a special context. Like, it's not as simple, especially when you're dealing with a disability. Then the other thing with his mom, and then I think the other thing we got to take into consideration, I think the VP makes a good statement. Mendoza obviously suggests that he has some Hispanic origin. We know Hispanics got big families, right? So VP makes a good statement. We also don't know how much of his family wouldn't be allowed to attend. He made it convenient to everyone. NFL will eat this up. It's a family moment. They would tug at the heartstrings of fans everywhere. So I think that's a good point because we know Hispanic families in general, the ones in America, are very close-knit. They're close-knit to the point where they live with each other, multiple families living with one another. So that's a different demographic. You know what I'm saying? So I think we got to, give a little bit of leniency to the criticism because, one, there's a health matter going on. Two, there's a good chance he comes from a big family.
Now, another question is, how much of a difference is it going to be or celebrated if he's there and if he's not there? Because the celebration going to be the same because they're going to have 1,000 cameras in the house. Everybody's going to be at the number one's pick's house. And if he goes to Pittsburgh, the celebration going to be the same. You still going to be the number one pick. You're not going to be then 1A, 1B, you still gonna be the number one pick. So what would be the difference if he's there or not being there? Because the attention, the popularity, and the celebration will possibly be the same.
I think the big difference is when you're there, you're positioning yourself beyond just football. Like you're there positioning yourself in potential business deals, sponsorships, so forth and so on, because the whole sponsorship advertising world collides with the NFL, right? So you're in all these different meetings and things of that nature. So I think it's more corporate.
Right.
The celebration is more corporate versus, in his case, the celebration will be more family. And I'm going to say this. I think Mendoza understands himself. Like, if you've ever watched Mendoza's interviews, he's a bit of a cornball. I think Mendoza and his family are very self-aware of like his limitations. And I think by staying home with the family, he doesn't get exposed as much. Right?
I look at it as the sickness is something for me. Because what happens is if his mom has some kind of episode or something while she's there at the draft, that's time taken off him to deal with her. If she's at home, at least it's not. I don't know if it can be magnified as much. You won't have her on camera or anything. Hey, let that man pick what he wants. He picked to be at home with his family. Because he believes in his mom. His mom raised him. Be at home.
Listen, if Mendoza would get the court. If he say now, believe me, the corporate sponsors are trying to figure out his address so they can come to the house.
Yep.
All right. Let's say this. Timothy said, you're only going to be drafted once in a lifetime. Taking the moment, show up to the draft. I think it should be mandatory for all first rounders to show up to the draft. Where's the free will?
You don't really know if you're gonna be a first rounder.
Right.
I don't want to show up and I don't get it.
There have been folk who've been left in the draft room, so that's not a good feeling.
That's
Winston
what
said,
Terry want to see. Terry want to see the guys left in the draft room. You ain't fooling me, Terry.
Winston, it don't matter to me whether you're there or not. The pick isn't going to change. All that is just optics. The fans will go on to celebrate you the same, and your brand won't change there or not. Fernando will still get those deals, said the VP. He's a good kid. He's comfortable in his own skin. Deals will come as he wants.
Yeah, Rev, I agree with that. I mean, look, ain't nothing too much gonna change. I mean, it's just my opinion. I would have been there, but yeah, I mean, I don't really think anything's gonna change from him staying at home. He's still gonna be the number one pick. Raiders still gonna take him. Still gonna be cameras all up in his face doing interviews that day. So now one thing I want to say, if you're gonna have all those folks at your home, is that gonna be okay for your mom to have all those people there? You know why she's dealing with that?
Well, I'm sure it
They're
gives
gonna be
some
all in the
latitude.
house and everything.
Well, I think having her home gives her a little bit more latitude of how she has to intermingle. She doesn't have to be in a setting for extended period of time. You know, she can come and go as she pleases. I'm sure there's certain places where she can lounge and just be at home and chill. She doesn't have to worry about steps, elevators, handicap accessible type stuff in mass, going from the hotel, wherever they're staying, to the stadium where there's a lot of people. So I'm sure it's just a lot more convenient. I stand on that cornball statement, though. Like,
yeah, see, it'd be different. If he just did it just to be doing it and nobody was sick, then I'll talk about it. Then I was like, wait, man, you just doing it just to not be there? But I didn't look at moms. I guess I'm more of a mom person. I do look at that aspect of it. Your mom, you ain't got one.
Is it chronicled that he stated it's because of his mother?
Yeah, he said she can't travel. She can't go anywhere, and he want her to be there.
Okay. And we saw the speech at his Heisman thing, and how much emotion he had toward his family. So that in itself, this is a guarantee. Now, if there was some competition and who's going to be picked first, then yeah, you may have some pushback. But this is a guarantee that the Raiders will pick him first, because otherwise, I don't think he would make this statement.
Okay. All right. Well, we're gonna move on.
A win-win for Mendoza.
We're gonna move on from 5 and 5. Let's get ready to put a bow on episode 419 by telling us who has the right to do what, when, where, and how. Red, I'll start with you first since you put your sunglasses back on. That means you're ready.
I thought we had one more topic for the 5-5. Okay. Kevin Durant, dude, you have the right to wear a hat, a skull cap, a beanie, or something. Because, dude, I am sick and tired of looking at your head, the top of your head, whatever that is, the nasty top of your head, man. Dude, either go bald or wear something on top of that ugly thing, man. Because I'm tired of looking at it, man. And LeBron, you might need to take this advice, too. You guys have to know that it's like every time they show the top of their head, it's always a big shining light on the top of the ugly bald spot on their head. Dude, you guys make too much money. And I'm serious. You guys make too much money to have the top of your head just looking like that. I mean, but Kevin Durant, you more so than LeBron, because at least LeBron tried to do his stuff up sometimes. You don't even try. It's like you don't even care. Well, I care because I'm tired of looking at it. So, dude, do me a favor. Wear one of these while you playing. I don't know if it's NBA regulations. Can they wear a wave cap or something? But put something on your head anytime it's possible to put something on your head. You have the right, Durant, to hide your head from the public. Please, please, please. Thank you.
All right. Oh, you got one for us?
Yes. Women's college basketball nation, we have the right to look at Don Staley and look at Gino. You saw how Gino handled his losing and look how Dawn Staley handled her losing in the championship game. Two different scenarios. You got the older cat who's in his feelings, won't give up the torch. Then you got the young lady who's coming up, taking the torch, lose in a unceremoniously fashion because her culture wasn't up to par. But she didn't go on no rant and rave. She took it like a champ. She took accountability and she said what she needed to say. And I think that needs to be looked at and admired to show the young people of today you can also be complimentary in your losses.
All right, Coach, who has the right to do what, when, where, how?
Mike Vrabel for the coach for the New England Patriots. You got a right to straighten out your situation, sir. Because those pictures they got of you in the restaurants and everything with Diana Rossini, that ain't looking good for your marriage there, sir. So you got a right to get that straight, hopefully before the season starts, hopefully the next week or so, or they will be talking about your Patriots. They'll be talking about your unpatriot act.
Man, Coach, get out that man's personal business. That man.
You see, real, I ain't even comment on that one. I thought about it though.
Yeah, he might be breaking one of the commandments, but leave him alone, man.
Several.
Diana Rossini too.
Facts. The nation has a right to give one of the best announcers who goes under the radar his flowers while he's still alive. Mark Jones, leaving ESPN, one of the solid color commentators, play-by-play announcers in football and basketball. He doesn't get a lot of credit. He's never been the top guy for ESPN or ABC. He's always been in Mike Breen's shadow, but he's one of the best to do it. He has a lot of good imagery, a lot of great language, and also he's done well to be a brother in the business. So Mark Jones, people have the right to give him his flowers while he's still alive because he's been one of the best to do it.
Yep.
Yeah, that's good.
Agree with you wholeheartedly.
All right.
It's the last on that one, baby. Yeah, because I saw that he retiring and leaving, and he's not getting fired. He's choosing to leave.
He's choosing to leave. He's just going to be doing Sacramento Kings basketball. So he must just want that California life.
He also
probably don't save
money. Stephen A. Smith too.
What's that?
He also gonna be helping out Stephen A. Smith on his show.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah, they're real good. They're real good friends. So.
Okay. Well, that ends episode 419 of the Red and Rev Sports Show. We hope that you enjoyed it. We want to thank Revenite Nation for sharing with us, adding your not 2 cents, but your $2 to the show. And we greatly appreciate it. Also, we want to thank Ho for joining us this week. Also, of course, we want to thank Red, Coach, for their contributions to the Red and Rev Sports Show, as they are two of the mainstays of our show. We look forward to being back. Same Facebook page, same YouTube channel, same time, 10:30, Saturday morning next week. Everybody enjoy your sports weekend. Pay attention to the sports landscape. And we look forward to you all joining us next week so we can talk some more sports. Peace and love, everybody. Have a great week.
Go baby. Go Braves. In the playoffs. Woo! No play in.
No play in. No doubt.
Good partner, it's a make or break.